This is Dr. Anthony Kane from the Complete Connection Parenting Program with another parent tip for you today. Today we're going to discuss what do you do with a child who does not want to go to school. He can't stand school and he won't go to school, refuses to go to school. You try to get him up for bed, he won't get out of bed, he's got to wake up 10 times, he curses at you or says nasty things, and you're always forcing him, dragging him out of bed to go to school. How do you handle that problem? Now, if a child wants to go to school, we already discussed in other places how you get a child who's willing to go to school, just get him out of bed. You do that by making it his responsibility. You let him sleep late and get in trouble for that, and he bears the consequences and eventually realizes he's got to take responsibility. But if a child does not want to go to school, he'll be glad that you let him sleep late. So what are you going to do about that? Well, first of all, in most states and countries, there are laws that say a child has to go to school. So it's the child's legal responsibility to get up and get himself into school. Now, if he's giving you a hard time and not doing that and making it difficult for you to get him to go to school, you have to place responsibility back in his hands. And the way you do that is by, first of all, you get him up, he goes back to bed, you let him sleep. That's what happens the first day. Get up the next morning, take it up once, he won't get out of bed, he goes back to sleep, misses school the second day. After 3 or 4 or 5 days, he's labeled as a truancy problem. And that's a problem the school has to handle. The schools have policies and procedures to deal with truancy. And it's now their job to take care of him, to get him to school, and your child's going to face the consequences of an action. When you continually drag your kid out of bed and make him go to school against his will and have to fight with him every day, you're basically taking over the responsibility for your child to do what his obligations are, his responsibilities. And you don't want to do that. You want your child to fulfill his obligations or face the consequences himself. So what you do is you let the school handle the problem, contact the school, say you've got a truancy problem, you can't get your kid out of bed, he won't go, and they'll take care of the problem and your child will deal with the school directly. And that's how you teach your child responsibility. Because you will not be there 10 years from now, or you better not be there 10 years from now when his child has to go to work, and you don't want to be the one dragging him out of bed to get him to go to his job. Or you don't want his wife to have to do that to get him to go to his job. He's going to have to learn responsibility to take over and do what he has to do or face the consequences. And there's no time to learn it like now when he's still a child, when the consequences are very minor. Because as he gets older, if he's not responsible, he'll have a very, very difficult life. And your job as a parent is to train him, to teach him to lead a proper, normal, productive life. And he has to be able to accept responsibility to do things he doesn't want to do. That's the way the world is. Again, this is Dr. Anthony Kane from the Complete Connection Parenting Program. If you'd like more parenting tips like this, please come to our website at ccparenting.com and sign up for our free newsletter.